Okay, if this specific manga banning isn't news to you, go ahead and jump to this timestamp here because it is part of a larger conversation on censorship that is extremely important and, frankly, kind of urgent. Well, everybody, brain-dead religious nutjobs are whining about Japanese cartoons again. This time, a public school in Florida has successfully banned a volume of a manga from its libraries. What manga, you might ask? Did somebody sneak something adult like Inukai-san onto the school shelves? Did somebody stumble across some uncensored Ria's Grammary? Extreme violence or something? Nope. It was Sasaki and Miyano, a boys' love manga about two classmates crushing on each other that is rated ages 13 and up. Starting off strong, they think it's a bad thing that this reads right to left, unlike good old English comics and novels that go left to right.
This book it focuses on nothing other than a relationship. It's inappropriate. You start the book, you read it backwards, you read it. It literally, when you start reading a book, which we've been teaching our kids from day one, you start at the beginning and you read from left to right, bottom to top.
Bottom to top.
Not that book, you don't. And so it's just, to me, I'm going, no, this is not the highest and best book that we can offer our kids.
They seem to be concerned that 14-year-olds might forget how to read properly if they dare read a volume of something that goes right to left. In the paperwork, the complainant wrote no for if they examined the entire material. They admit up front that they're basing this complaint off of the book's summary, which should already show how ingenuine this concern is. The complaint specifically raises the objection that sexual orientation should not be encouraged, suggested, or implied in our youth. And they go on to say, I do not believe there is any value in making homosexual books available at school. What? You know, maybe if this person spent less of their time frothing at the mouth over scary homosexual books, they'd know the difference between there, and there. These people are stupid as hell. Shocking. The complainant claims that having Sasaki and Miyano Volume 1 in the library will potentially cause the students to have struggles with pornography, compulsive masturbation, and problems with shame and self-esteem. Yeah, the wholesome, slow-paced manga about crushing on your age-appropriate classmate is going to cause compulsive masturbation because the two characters are both boys? But don't worry, the same complainant also suggests students instead read family-friendly, wholesome books that instill true American values like Chainsaw Man and 7 Deadly Sins. Gotta keep those poor, weak, impressionable children away from the slice of life where it takes 6 volumes for a crush confession and 7 volumes for a quick little light kiss, and instead let them read the manga about teenage grooming victims, or maybe the one about the adult man whose entire character is ha-ha funny pervert who can't keep his hands out of a teenage girl's skirt. You know, true American values. It is so obvious that this isn't about protecting kids' impressionable minds. It's using obscenity regulations and moral panic to weaponize bigoted beliefs. That's why I am always screaming from my megaphone that you should never, ever celebrate the censorship of fictional material. Regardless of your moral viewpoint, pushing for the censorship of certain themes that you may personally find problematic or gross, like the 4-letter L word or manga with incest, and these bigoted boomers who are pushing for Sasamiya to be banned for promoting homosexuality, are two sides of the same coin. I'm sorry to break it to you. Obscenity regulations don't stop with what you personally think is morally correct. Censorship doesn't draw the line at the things that you personally think are safe, and these people are not aligned with you. Repeating their talking points but tailoring them to what you draw the line at is doing their dirty work for them and, frankly, making them more powerful. When Pixiv blocked R18 material in the US, and when DL's site was forced to take down tags like somnophilia and coercion, anime fans were cheering. They were so happy that credit card companies put their foot down without realizing that they were also cheering for the eventual incoming ban of queer artwork. They're too busy pretending something like made-up fictional situations are illegal, which they're not, by the way, to realize that these credit card companies and banks put gentle, wholesome manga like Sasamiya in the same group as incest and lolly manga, and they label it together with a big fat immoral stamp. They want you outlawed and banned, and you're helping them by spending all day arguing on the internet and celebrating censorship. It's okay to be uncomfortable with certain art or media. It's okay to create boundaries like not interacting with or befriending people who don't align with your personal tastes or beliefs. But anime and manga fans who push for specific content to be censored, who spend their time invading the spaces of artists and attacking and shaming creators of media that make them uncomfortable, are on the same plane as the Karens who got a PG-13 manga banned for gay hand-holding. Insisting that certain anime or manga art, like the L word or non-con, affects reality and therefore it needs to be censored and shamed is one-to-one what was said in the Sasamiya banning. They also say that reading manga is going to groom readers into being degenerate, evil, masturbation-obsessed freaks. They also think that certain themes and artistic expressions should be treated as if they're illegal, even though they're not. But you know what they're saying isn't true, right? Reading a PG-13 LGBTQ manga about two boys shyly flirting and holding hands isn't gonna rewire someone's brain into being an evil, degenerate homosexual. Just like playing GTA isn't gonna turn someone into a violent, gunslinging car thief. Just like buying a fursuit isn't gonna turn you into a zoophile. Just like how reading non-con fanfiction doesn't mean you want to be a victim. Just like buying a Sonico figure isn't gonna turn you into an offender. It's all the same, it's all fiction, and applying your personal morals to the fiction other people create or consume is a very slippery slope that we are seeing happen in real time. It's not a what if anymore, it is here and it's happening, it's right in front of us. Side note, by the way, that word I've used a few times, degenerate, that is a Nazi dog whistle, especially when it is used to tear down and censor art. Tread with caution when you see it, because that should signal where the beliefs and ideals are coming from. This is a really hard conversation to have, but we're at a point where it is extremely necessary because anime and manga fans are some of the loudest when it comes to unknowingly pushing right-wing, hardcore religious beliefs. And I need to stress it again, no one is telling you that you need to be comfortable with all kinds of content. You absolutely have a right to block people who create things that might make you uncomfortable, and it's normal and okay to not engage with people who don't align with you. But celebrating the censorship of art, pretending that it's illegal, and taking part in the public shaming of creators and consumers who make you personally uncomfortable makes you the same as the Karens saying that LGBTQ material has no place in a school library. Anyway, thank you for sticking around this long. The banning of Sasaki and Miyano shocked me in a way, but it's also something that I kinda knew was inevitable with the current fandom climate. I've spent years watching young anime and manga fans parrot these extremist nutjobs when tearing down art, not thinking of the long-term consequences, and here we are. This is a really touchy topic, but every day it's becoming more and more urgent. So please, I'm begging you, let's go back to don't like, don't look. Block that user who's posting things that makes you uncomfortable. Don't spend your money on things that you think are weird. But learn the difference between illegal and icky, because we're taking steps backwards very quickly, and this moral panic isn't gonna stop where you personally want it to. Thanks for hanging out for my little rant. If you're still here, subscribe and like and all of that, and yeah, I'll see you next time.